Welcome, my name is Mr. Warden and I'm here to show you how to make your own stuff. This is a course designed for students and beginners, so we're going to break things down to the super basics. We're going to use very straightforward language, and we're going to use very basic tools and materials, and we're going to learn one project at a time. Now, in order to get our projects down on paper, in order to write down our list of projects that we want to do, we're going to need something to write with. I don't have anything to write with, so let's make one. From clay tablets to the quill, to the pencil, to the fountain pen, as writing was developed, so too were the implements of writing. In this introductory project, we are going to focus on 4 distinct projects: the quill, the pencil, the fountain pen, and the ballpoint pen. Ink on paper was lighter, provided much needed flexibility, and was much more permanent. However, the reed pens needed to be continuously sharpened and simply wore out quickly. And so they were eventually replaced by the quill, our first project. Alright, in order to make our writing quill, we're going to need a couple of things. The first thing we need is a feather from a bird, a real feather. And we're going to take our knife. Normally I would show you how to make your own knife, but that's another show. And we're going to remove the barbs from the stem. Okay, the barbs are the feather part, the part that gives it its color and all that. So we're just going to take our knife and be gentle, no need to be aggressive. And we're going to remove the barbs. Again, no need to be aggressive, let's be gentle. Now, I know in movies and Harry Potter and whatnot, they always show writing with a quill, which has all the feathers and barbs still on it, but that wasn't really something that actually happened. It's basically a Hollywood thing. We now that we have a clean feather, we are going to take our feather, we're going to inspect it, we are going to look and see if how we're going to hold it. We want to look at the bend of the feather. The feather's going to have some kind of bend to it, and we want it to bend towards our hand when it's being held so that we can comfortably write with it. So check your feather, look for the bend, hold it like a pencil, and you want it just to lay flat against your hand like that. And that's where we're going to make our cut. So we want the point of our pen, our quill, to be right there. That's facing you, that's facing the camera right now. That's going to be where our point is. So let's take our feather, we're going to turn it upside down, just like that. And we're going to take our knife. We are going to cut our feather's stem just like this. Let me zoom in. So this is the back of the stem at the moment. We're going to take our knife and we are going to cut the stem more or less in half very carefully. We're just going to drag that knife. There it is. And we have now no need to be aggressive, just be gentle. So now we have basically a cavity, a hole here. A little bit of stuff. Basically, I have a cavity here. Let's hold it again just to be sure. And we're holding it here where, oops. I'm holding it here where the feather lies flat against my hand, and I'm holding it here where the feather will lie flat, and that's going to be where our point is, what's facing right there. So I'm going to turn it upside down. And upside down there is where I have my cavity. I have a hole here, basically, that is going to act kind of like a reservoir. It's going to hold the ink while we write. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to poke a hole right down there, and I'm going to drag my knife towards the end of the stem very carefully. I don't want to get it bent. I don't want to bend in a strange direction. I just want it to be a straight line. So I basically cut my stem in half. I've cut my pin in half, my quill in half, and I'm going to remove the sides of the stem until I make, just like that, until I make a point. What I have here now, what you're seeing on the screen there is a point. It's the stem that I've cut a point into it, and bisecting the point, like a little triangle, is a cut, a slit in between that sort of cuts the stem in half. That is called the nib, NIB, and that's what we're going to use to write with. Now, once again, if I turn it around and hold it like I'm going to write with it, the point is on top and it's pointing away from me, and the sort of reservoir, the slit, is on the bottom, and that is what we are going to use to write with. Now, this is the part that you would dip in the ink, and you would put this to paper and you would write with it. Okay, now, however, unfortunately we don't have any ink right now, but that's okay because we know how to make some ink. But that's going to have to wait till next time. Stay tuned.